Good Sunday, folks. Hope you're having a great day. It's beautiful here. I almost feel guilty streaming, but we're going to have some fun, I think. And I have not my second, not my third, my fourth cup of coffee. This is going to be good. Tom, hello. Welcome in. Cosmic Dancer and Hunter 555. Good to see you both. And shout out to Toogie Fox, who followed, along with Aragon Tiger's Eye, who also followed. Aragon Tiger's Eye, I feel like, I don't know if I've seen you in stream or maybe I've seen you in Discord chat or Twitter. I can't remember where. Maybe you've just written into the Spun Chunks, but Toogie Fox, I was just talking to you on Twitter overnight, last night, because you're in Australia, I think, or New Zealand. Either way, always great to chat and connect with people online. My name is Joel Duggan, and this is the Citadel. It's a survival multiplayer server where we do geeky stuff in Minecraft, like build blacksmith shops and stone churches. We're in the medieval area on the server, so we're contributing to this area by building a bunch of really cool stuff. Now, there's a lot of frames and stuff around me because this is the part of town, if you'll indulge the map. Oh, we are down here. We haven't done much in this area yet. We've only begun sort of the east and the west. The middle part of town is a little bit more developed. So here, we're still working on things. But yesterday on stream, we finished the outside of the stone church. And we also finished most of the inside. I still have to throw in some windows. I think we might change the glass color as well. The task for today is this tower, which does not exist. Which shouldn't be too bad. Like, I don't think it's going to be a difficult thing to build. So we'll see how this goes. We also have a build reference that I've been using just as a bit of inspiration. Looks like this. I think that tower might be as wide as the church. And so I'm not sure if I want to do that or if I want to make ours off-center. Ours is currently off-center. So if you look at the back here, we don't have it centered on the build, and I kind of want to keep it like this. I think it might be fun to have some sort of like a little area here rather than just having the whole thing on one axis. So we'll mess around and see what we can come up with. Hey, Jackson Dynamite, how's it going? First things first, we need to find the right color glass to put in the windows. And I'm wondering, we've got, I mean, light blue does kind of go with this. I'm wondering if cyan might look good. And I'm wondering if we might get away with some navy blue. I'm wondering if we can do both. Like, I'm wondering if we could put both panes in there and have it look good. Like, we might be able to pretend like this is like a shadow to that. Unfortunately, there's a border there. I kind of like the cyan. It goes with the soulfire torches. Certainly better than the blue. The other thing that I was told to try was purple. Making breakfast? Nice. For the dynamites. That's a great way to... It's like the Incredibles, right? It's like the Pixar movie. You're the superhero team family. Hey, F1D goatee. How's it going? Don't want to do green. We can try purple. You have to make panes, though. I'm feeling the cyan more. Pink. Wait, what was the question? We can try pink. Do I have pink? I'm not going to know what to do with all these panes. I'm not going to have any room for them. I've got pink. Try magenta as well, but I doubt that'll look very good. I think I do want to get like a stained glass, like a medieval stained glass texture pack. I like what Germsy Boy did with his. So, Cosmic, I know it's a pretty color, but you can't tell me that pink goes with the inside of this, right? Like, I feel like the cyan is probably the best bet. So we're just going to go with the cyan. I don't know if that's enough. I don't have any more room. Got another glass shulker over here. At least I think I do. Yep. Definitely won't look like a cult is there. Nope. Not at all. Okay, so I think we can safely remove these. Put in cyan. I mean, it's a subtle difference, but I think it does work a little bit better. Really, I put in all of these. I didn't think I did that. No, it doesn't. Cyan is best. Begrudgingly, Cosmic has agreed. Pink did not work. Do you think we're ever going to be able to insta-mine glass? Or is it like a safety net? They don't want players to be able to destroy like glass by mistake. You know, like if they have insta-mine and it's also a, you know, not a silk touch pickaxe, you could just totally mess up your build by accident. We'll do some pink glass somewhere else. I feel like I want to do like an elven city at some point. And when I get to that, I feel like we'll have a lot of turquoise and pink and probably crimson stuff from the nether. Like I feel like we can probably get into some more colorful things. I'm thinking in an elven city, I want to do like a lot of white with like bright colors, golds and cyans and stuff. I think would look really cool. All right, so that is all of the cyan glass in. That was easy. Forgot to ask, was sorting through the storage yesterday and found my stash of rockets. Do you want them? I have no need for them anymore. Why don't you have needs for rockets anymore? You don't fly with Elytra? I mean, I'll take them, sure. I'm not sure where my rockets are right now. Yeah, I mean, I've only got a few stacks left. All right, let's just clean up the inventory a little bit here. We'll get rid of some of the things we know we're not going to use right away. I'm going to bring some stone. Put away the wood and the barrels. And I can put the glass back. Trapdoors. And we're back to having a lovely, clean UI. Okay. So let's think about this briefly here. The one thing that you have to remember is that this curtain wall is probably going to change. I doubt that we'll keep it right here with this tower there. We're probably going to have to push it back a bit, which is not a bad idea. The Gamer1234, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. So right now that door is in the middle of the tower, but that door is not in the middle of the church. The middle of the church is about here. So if you look at our map from up top, you can see that there's the center of the church, and we've got our tower over in the back here. The reason why I wanted to do that was, one, just to kind of keep things a little bit different, but then also I wanted to have this courtyard in this area here. I feel like it just gives us a little bit more space to do something cool. Cosmic mentioned a garden, which I think was a good idea, like a flower garden. And the thought is that there could perhaps be, I don't want to put a gate here, like I don't want to have yet another gate in the wall, but I feel like this area here could be good for a graveyard that you'd access by coming out this way, right? And then have a graveyard here. I think that could be kind of cool. It would be near the church, but then the church would still have a wall protecting it. I think that could be kind of cool. Oh my god, I'm such a huge fan. I watch your podcast since it got it on Spotify. Oh, that's great. Thanks very much. I'm glad that you listen to the Spawn Chunks. That's amazing. Do you listen to them both? Because there's the Citadel Cafe as well. That's on Spotify too. Hey, Kendo. How's it going? You lost your Elytra a while ago. That sucks, Cosmic. So I guess in terms of looking at this build reference, it feels pretty squat. Like, I feel like what we have is taller and thinner. And I don't know if I like that. I think maybe we need to go sit in a roof somewheres. Have a think. It's a decent vantage point here. Actually, let's just... Can I make it? Whoa, there's some skills. Perfect, okay. So I think we have a minimum height. I want the tower, the bottom part of the tower, to be taller than the roof here. So I think we're at a minimum height here. I'm just debating as to whether we want it to be just a little bit wider. But then again, I don't know. We're not putting any kind of steeple on this either. We're going to go with like a square roof like that one. I like how that has taller marlins. It's like these little things right there. These are like a block with a slab on top. I like the idea of making the ones over here like 2 blocks tall, like giving it more like a crown. I think that could look cool, just to kind of differentiate it a little bit. And I don't know if we're going to go straight up the side or whether we're going to come out. Like you'll see on all of these over here, we've actually gone out a block to go up. And I think it might be an interesting look. Something, again, to make it look different, to go straight up, to go like just straight up the side there. So I don't think I want to make it any taller. I guess we should put a couple of blocks up there just to kind of see how we feel about the height once the extra blocks are on there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think about whether I want to move this at all. Oh, let's get up on Megan's tower. Still under construction. No, not in it. Wanted to be on it. Although looking cool. I think the issue is that this does feel a little bit out of proportion with the bottom. I don't think I want to add another block to this. Like, I don't think I want to make it another 2 blocks wider. I don't think I want to make it bigger. So, if that's the case, we should probably finish this corner here. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's on this block here, and that corner has to be finished. We've not done that yet. So we'll obviously have to do something along here. And the other thing I wanted to do was add a couple of blocks all around the top here. It might not be too tall. It might be 1.5. It might be a block and a stair. I don't know. Whoa, crap. I didn't want to do that. So I think that could look pretty cool. Oh yeah, that's fun. That changes it a lot, doesn't it? I know Steve's online. I don't know if he's gonna sleep or not, so we'll do it. Oh, Steven got it. Okay, cool. Thanks, Cosmic. So yeah, we'll try to keep at least that distance. I guess the only thing we have to think about now is that the right height for the bottom? I like that overlap that thing has. So I guess the next thing is to think about the construction, what we want it to look like. I don't think I want to do something like this. I think that might be a little bit too old looking with cobblestone and andesite and then bricks up the side. I wouldn't mind having a bit of cobble in it, but maybe along the bottom. I like what we did over here. I'm gonna land on a tree here. I like this. This is cool looking. And so if we could do the same thing, even if it's just with bricks, I feel like we could probably do, I'm missing some bricks there. I feel like we could probably do something like that over there. Have it look cool. Just use different materials so it doesn't look so new and shiny, you know? Because I want it to look older, right? Right. So we'll do something other than stone brick inside the church here. So that means that this is more than likely going to be stone brick. So we should get some stone brick. And I guess we have to think about what these outside things are going to be made of. And that's where I think we could probably use andesite. Similar to what we've done along here. We've got some andesite stuff there. So I feel like we might be able to get away with some andesite on the outside there. Maybe grab some stairs. We'll grab stone brick stairs. I like that border. I wonder if we could do something cool across the top. I don't know what we could do. Maybe stone bricks? That could work out too. And I'm going to need stone stairs, andesite stairs, and stone. I think that should be okay. So inside, we'll need obviously some extra bricks. I'm just going to do this quickly. Let's put something obvious in the middle here. I just don't want to lose the middle. We will fix this up, obviously, later. Oh, I didn't bring any cracked with me. That was dumb. Correct. There we go. So obviously we'll have to fix this wall up to match whatever it is we do, but oops. So I think I want to keep this as a one block wall, like how thick the wall is. It would be cool if we could get it to be too thick, but I don't know. I'm not sure. But what I want to do is just measure out to see if we need to bump this up by at least a little bit. I feel like the other ways we've done this in the past, we had this be, so it comes in and it finishes one below the top. So hopefully that will work out for us, because this reference have got that cool spot right there. So we might be able to put a nice frame around it. We'll see. So it's 13, that might bode well. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 1 out. 1, 2, 3, 1 out. 1, 2, 3, 1 out. 1, 2, 3. Oh, that worked out very well. I think that could look quite cool. We might have to do something special there because those things overlap, so that's cool. Now on the outside, I was thinking we could do andesite. And actually we could probably get away with some stone and andesite along here too. Could help. And then here I was thinking mostly andesite. Now I might change my tune. So this might mean that this inner part here doesn't matter. And then it would go probably up another 2 blocks as we try to get inside here. So this would continue. So no, it would not. It would continue in here. Probably do a double porter? Not sure. Now, does this work out? I think it does, actually. I usually count up in odd numbers when I do stuff like this, so it's very likely that this worked out. Yeah, cool. So we'll try that. It might not be the best looking thing. I guess here would be stairs into, I'm not sure what we would put here, because a single stair is not going to work, right? Yeah, single stair is not going to work unless we did a stair here and there. And made these much larger. Yeah, those are really big. Jody Illyria, subscribing with Prime for 12 months in a row. You did it. You have the Space Keystone sub badge. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Jody. A full year. Can we get some hype in the chat for Jody, please? That's amazing. I can't believe it's been a year already. Thanks for all the great content and building inspiration. You're welcome, Jody, and thank you. I really appreciate the support. It's people like you that allow me to do this more often, and I truly appreciate it. I hope you're having a great Sunday, and you have as much coffee coursing through your veins as I do, because we have a lot. Let's see. I think that might be too big. I think that might be too chunky. I'm wondering if this is a good opportunity to use the new walls. So we'll try something different on the other corner. More of a tea person. That's all right. We won't hold that against you. I kid, of course. I understand. As much as I love coffee, I do not besmirch anybody for not liking it. I think too, far too often people don't have good coffee. And so, quite often they prefer tea because their experience with coffee has been poor to begin with. So on this corner, let's try just a single andesite thing. I feel like it's a little bit weird looking, but and 1, 2, 3 goes there and goes there. So again, we have the challenge of trying to get this to connect here in a way that looks good, and I feel like we're still going to be stuck with trying to do something like this. Maybe we have to take this down by 1. Yeah, wow. This feels really chunky. It really adds a lot to it. We might not be able to do these on all the sides. Maybe the best idea isn't to do the corner. Maybe the best idea is to just do the sides of it. So have two thin supporting structures as opposed to one big chunky one. So remove this, put the andesite here. A wall instead? Yeah, wall's on my list. Wall's on my short list for sure. We could also change these out for stone brick too. Maybe that's going to be the better way to go. Oops. It's the second day of spring here, and even though we're still got a lot of snow on the ground, there's a lot of birds chirping outside. It's awesome. I wish there was chickadees and stuff like that in Minecraft. We've got an ambience mod that we use on the server, but like it's not quite as good. Meadows are very quiet, which is weird. Yeah, so here we could do something like this, that, and then just we could put like a slab or something here. I like that better than the one on the left. I just don't know if I like the andesite. I think we might have to try stone bricks. The other thing that somebody suggested was walls, so we should check that out too. Minecraft chickadees would be awesome, yeah. I'm not sure how to. I'm not sure if there's be a way to take someone's mod pack like Mambience and just add your own stuff to it. It could be as simple as just, you know, adding some sounds to play. And I should look into, because we run mods for quality of life purposes. I kind of feel like I should learn how to make one. Because rather than trying to surf through CurseForge, which is an unsearchable mess, just having the knowledge to be able to write your own would be great. What was I looking for? Walls. Cobblestone, those walls, and these walls. We need more andesite walls. And probably more stone walls. And I wanted to get some slabs. Like these ones, those ones, and those ones. It's called Cursed Forge, and so of course it's an unsearchable mess. I find it really frustrating. You'll say like, hey, show me all the mods from Fabric. And then it'll show you all the mods from Fabric. And then you search within all the mods for Fabric, and your search results are all the mods. It removes your filter. It drives me nuts. It's impossible to find anything. Right, so we're taking this out. And we were thinking about trying it with walls. And I think just for fun, we might try it with just the regular stone walls. Just for now. It's certainly less less invasive, and we still get to see this. I like that it doesn't hide that. That's cool. All right, let's try this. I guess we should probably just suck it up and have like a scaffolding. Let's just do it in the middle. We'll get up here and then we'll branch off. So we'll take out these. This was too much. I guess we could probably put stairs on top, maybe? It's a lot of the same. I think we need to fill in some of the side here just temporarily to see if we like what's going on. So if I was to fill this in, my bet would be that it would probably be... I don't want to do andesite. I kind of want to go with this route with cobblestone and andesite. But maybe not in an even clip. Like I think maybe I want to do cobblestone along the bottom. We've used a little cobble here, but not a lot. And the big walls are like, the cross-section walls are bricks, and then all the little inside walls are stone. So we'd want to move some stone into it eventually, probably in the top. So I guess for here, we would try something along the lines of this. And then maybe switch to andesite. See what that looks like. I mean, that was quick. Quick and dirty, but we'll see. So it looks cool, but it doesn't look good with these little bits here. I'm wondering if we need to take this out a bit. Push it out to here. Let's just remove this so I don't have to jump over it all the time. Hey, Fazu Battlecaster, how's it going? Thanks for the heads up, by the way. I got your DM. I sent you a reply. Appreciate it. Oh, that doesn't look good either. We might have to abandon the idea of these little jig-jaggy things. We might just have to go straight on the edge here, which is fine. That's easier to do. I don't know. I'm wondering whether this would benefit from being a brick structure with stone pillars instead. Another important thing to remember is that we're probably going to have windows in this thing. And they're probably going to be big. Like at least 3 blocks wide. And they are probably going to be centered in the tower anyway. So I would imagine probably here, minimum. At least like that. I also have to think about how we're going to get up and down this thing. And the stairs might interfere with where we place the windows. But if we started stairs like over here, they would go up. We could probably get up to here and then turn a corner before we got to the height of the window. That's if we want to have stairs. We wouldn't necessarily have to go up and sideways. We could just go up and then double back. The stairs could just like zigzag up this way. I think it would be cooler to have the windows on the left and the right though. So maybe the stairs can go at the back. That could be the thing to do as well. Was it 3 in the middle? Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of these walls. Maybe we don't need all 3 of them. Yeah, that doesn't necessarily look good either. I could just be a little bit too married to the build reference. I mean, it looks cool, but it might not be something that's easy to do. Because those stone pillars on the corners of that reference are on a 45-degree angle. Like, those are not what we what we can do in Minecraft. I wonder if it would be better to just step them in by one. So we could have something like this here. Whoops. That might be okay, actually. We can maybe get away with that. Maybe we'll end them off before the top. So bring them in around here. Oh, I missed. I was going for the jump. Oh, did I not move that corner? Oh, I put that in the wrong spot. This goes here. Yeah. Think I might like that a little bit better. And if we do that, I think I'm okay without these little side pockets going on. Helps make it feel a little bit more narrow too, which is good. Safi, I've been playing Minecraft for 4 years this month, as a matter of fact. Steven ESC, who's online right now and has his own Twitch channel. You should go follow that. He got me into it. He's the one that got me into it. So I do like that ridge across the middle, and I'm wondering if we can get away with the walls there rather than stairs. That could be really cool. It might look not good, but we'll give it a go. Okay. So far, I like this the best, this corner. And I think what we can do across the top is going to be just a combination of blocks. Let's got some slabs. Just fly up there. No, oh. That was close. So close. Right, so we've got this part here. And I feel like here we could just do slabs. That, or the walls might look kind of funny. I was hoping to do a dividing line along here, but this is probably where we'll do this. Just call me Elena. Hello. How's it going? Okay, so I don't like that. I prefer the stone in there. Hmm. That is tricky. And this is where we could go with like a double thick wall. Like we could take this inside part here and bring it all the way down and give us a lot of leeway. I think would be very cool. I don't remember how thick the walls are on the keep. I think they're 3 blocks thick. So we've got these really cool windows here. I'll have to pop in the back door. Yeah, these are 3 thick. In order to get the nice arc to them. Don't think we have the room for that in the other location. The other thing I shouldn't forget about is these other towers that we have over here that have a lot of wood and stone in them. Don't think wood would look good up in this though. Okay, so this is the corner here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, which means that this would be one of those things as well, right? Yes, that's correct. And I think on the bottom of these, we could still throw in a couple of these andesite walls that we've done along here. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the meat detail was fun. That's it's a head, like the player head data pack from Vanilla Tweaks, and the player block. It's a wandering trader, so you can trade blocks for mini blocks, and they're all reskinned as player heads, which is really cool. And then the armor stand holding a bone, and we've just maneuvered it so it looks like it's sticking. It is. Right. Let's see here. So I know I didn't like the bricks across the top here. So this is a no for these. Hey, Zero Fox, thanks for the lurk. Much appreciated. I think I'm going to try these, though. Let's see what that looks like. Now this is all going to go. And so we came in one on the corner on each of these. Go back down. Whoop. Level up Jumbo Sale. Hello. Yeah, I started an hour early because I wanted to do a double header, and I've got a rare opportunity later to hang out with Miss Snarky. She normally works on Sundays, and she's got the day off, so she's training with a friend now, and then she's got stuff to do, like shopping and things to do on her own, and then we're gonna hang out later and cook dinner. So I wanted to be done well ahead of like my Sunday night. I can go to like 5 or 6 o'clock sometimes, and I wanted to be done around 4. Okay, grab a couple of these. So unfortunately with this, it's really hard to see because of the different angles. Don't know if I like this. It might just make it look too chunky. Like we might just have to suck it up and admit that the scale that we're working at is not going to be good for these long tall bits. I like that part though. So that part I'm okay with. And I like the tall marlins. I feel like it might be worth it inside to do a little bit of a staircase just to kind of get ahead for that. So let's grab some spruce. Or are we really short on spruce? I mean, I should, yeah. I need to plant some spruce trees. We might have to do some chopping. 12. Handful of ender pearls, and I guess we're probably gonna have to rip this up anyway, so we might as well just grow them right here, provided we can do that. I don't remember how much room these big trees needed. Cool. Hunter555 has informed me that it is indeed time for my first break. If you're new to the channel, I take a break about once an hour for 5 minutes. Gives myself a chance to zap my coffee and get a stretch in. You should do the same. It's Sunday. Grab a snack, and we'll be back in 5 minutes. All right, we're back. And I need to sleep, looks like. And Quietcraft has hosted with one viewer. I missed that a few minutes ago. Thank you very much. That's kind of you. Sorry, I missed the notification. Aha! Victory's mine. Right, we need spruce. Something fierce. We should probably ditch some of the stone. Oh, that's not stone. Give it a little bit of room in our inventory. And I need... Hey, look. Bone meal. And... let's see if this will work. I don't know if we're too close to things or not. We shall see. Nope, worked. This is a massive tree. Holy crap. We're back, everybody party. See, this is what I want. I want bird chirping noises. I'm not sure why we were getting them. Did it make it because it was a taiga biome, maybe? I don't know. Because we're in a plains biome. I think we are. Yeah. Some of the ambient sounds are time of day based, like crickets happen just before sundown, which is amazing. Oh, this took over and put podzol into my coarse dirt. I didn't want it to do that. Oh well. Stephen ESC raiding with a party of 8. Hello, sir. Hope the rest of your stream was going well. I was lurking this morning. I was watching the stair monument come to be. It was great. Looks great, man. Oh, bone meal. No, crap, fast. Oh, that's not going to work. Whoops. I didn't have the bone meal on my hotbar. Distracted by the very generous raid. How's it going, man? Alright, let's try this again. Yay. Just the nick of time. Next time we might run out of bone meal. Hey, Mini Packs, how's it going? I have you in both ears. I need to sort that out. Yeah, so when Steven raided, you were probably in Steven's chat, and then he's auto-hosting because of the raid. I wish it was clearer. My stream VOD yesterday has a weird ending to it because I tried to raid False Symmetry, but Twitch said she was online and she wasn't. She had already raided and sent everybody over to Duggan, which is fine, but then it means I send all my viewers into an empty chat. I mean, she was hosting Duggan, but it wasn't the best transition. I guess we have to go get more bone meal before we try this again. One more tree and then we should be stocked up for the next little while. Oh, here we go. Thanks for the lurk, Zerovox. Appreciate it. Glad to hear it, Mini Packs. I'm glad to hear it. I think that might be too... That's probably right. Man, the amount of saplings that you get from these trees is just bananas. No! Oh, I thought I almost fell off. Huh. Back to the axe. Cool. So this should be the last tree, and then we're good for a little bit. Hey, thanks for the lurk, End of the Dev. Did you sort out your Minecraft name? When you do, just DM me on Discord and we'll get you sorted out. feel like I'm beating on a drum. Boom, 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 boom. Yep, still working on the church. We're almost done, though. I say almost done. We're still trying to design the right blocks and things for the tower. I wanted to do these sort of like thick corners on mine. I don't think we can do it. I don't think we're at the right scale, which is scary because this is not a small building. Heard you coming. Sticks can go in here. And those. Really don't have much room, do I? Okay. I'm okay with losing some saplings. So what I wanted to do was get some stairs going inside the building. So let's just do that. Should be enough for now. So I was worried about the outside structure, and I thought, I should probably think about where I want to put the stairs. I think I would prefer the windows to be on the left and right, or the east and west, because then you have the nice sunset thing that will happen through the window. We may still put a window here, but that's more than likely the smartest wall to put the stairs on. And I'm thinking to get up to that next level, we're probably going to have to go up a couple stairs here, and then this way, and then probably back that way, would be my guess. I'm really not sure. So I'm guessing... we're probably going to want to start them in by one. So... platform stair would be there. Platform would be here, I guess. I should have brought more stone back in. I think I just want to fill some of this in so I can sort of get a feel for the structure. I chose a different block because I want to remember where this is later. So that gets us up here, which means we could probably just simply turn the corner and be okay. I just don't know if I want to start immediately there or if I want to back up by one. Whoops. And that's the wall, if not sooner. Right. Probably in here. So that doesn't quite, well, okay, it's the floor here would actually be one block lower more than likely, right? Now that we're alone on the server, I need to do some sleeping. Well, thanks. Is it the Cube? QOOB? Thank you. Yeah, I want to try and build this kind of stuff so it makes sense in my head. Like I don't feel good about making a fancy looking outside and have it be an empty shell. It doesn't feel good to me. I like thinking about this like you're designing a video game within a video game. Like, what does it look like if the player bonks their head right on the roof? So obviously we'll have to have a hole here for the stairs. This is the kind of stuff I like to think about. I don't know if I like the single wide stairs. I think I might prefer to go double here. And at this point, we will probably actually back them up to here. Do a platform. And then start going the other way. And that brings us up to the floor level here, right? I'm trying to make these builds so that I have a lot of room. And so the only issue here, of course, is that we don't have enough of a platform here. This is a little bit janky. I've done it before where it's like a platform and a half. How did I do that? That's over in the keep, I think. Oh, I thought I made that. Totally bashed my face. Cube or Q either works. Oh, cool. Yeah, so here we've got, and it goes up to like a 1.5. I think that works because we have this pillar in the middle. Because you don't notice it otherwise. And we don't have that pillar there. At least not yet. You felt that? I felt that too. So I like the idea of the path being a fairly easy one to take. So if you're coming into this door and your mission is to go up to the top, then you really just have to go sideways and come up like this. Very smooth. Again, that's not a terrible thing. Did I make this one thick? I did. That might not be best. Although it works out very nicely. So we'd probably get rid of this entirely. So this would just be a straight staircase. I don't want to have any kind of stone structure in the middle. So we'd have to have some way to support this, which means we could do something here like this. Call that a necessary support, you know? And we would dress it up to look good. We would make it look nice. I like the option of having this be a too thick wall, if we can. Although having a staircase there does really kind of mess with our ability to have a window there, doesn't it? How much of the scaffolding is all over the place up here? Too much. It looks cool. Yeah, like our window is really only going to be... Yeah, that's not going to leave a lot of room. We might be better off to have a window there. That's too bad. We could still have an east window. I just don't know how much of that wall is going to block it. Okay, next thing before this becomes Creeper City. For now, anyway. Let's go up here too. I don't mind this. It does have a window there would be cool. I feel like if we did this, we'd want to keep this being a one wide wall. Maybe fudge it a little bit, because this just works out so nicely. And then here, I guess the next phase would be to go up to the top. And how do we want this to go? We like these too high, like spiky parts around the edge. We're keeping those. Now for this high though, we probably want to have... I don't think we want to do stuff like this. I think that's going to reduce the cool look of these things. I mean, we have to have some sort of wall there. But yeah, I feel like that... I think I like the really tall nature of it. Although, I guess we could put a slab on top of that as well. That might be okay. Should get those slabs. So we've done that over here, and it seemed to work. So this way, once I finish the top, or I know where the top is going to be, we can figure out where we want the stairs that are going to lead up here. And these might be stone stairs, now that I think about it. So if we... let's just take this out. We could do slabs here. But if we went up this way... Oh, wait a minute. Let's change these to regular stairs. If we did that, what I would want to do is put these over here. I don't know which I like better. Cool. I think I like just the simplicity of this. I also like that illusion of giving something a block and a half height that you can pull off with some of these connected textures. Yeah. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. What was that? I can't remember where the aliens are on Sesame Street. Yep, 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 yep. Uh-huh. It's the sound I make in my head whenever I'm happy with a build. Okay, so in here we can probably do stone stairs. There's likely not going to be a lot of windows. Just like little, like arrow slit type things. And so it would make sense that the stairs here would probably continue up in this sort of situation. I don't know how many we're going to need. So get to here. I should really just bring a bed up here. Ceiling. All right. Another sleep time. Is that an invisible spider? That's an invisible spider. Like, that is spider eyes. That was, I don't, is that a thing? Is that a glitch or is that a real thing in the game? That was a surprisingly accurate sound for the aliens. Hey, I grew up on Sesame Street, man. It is burned into my brain. Happens on hard mode. Oh, cool. Yeah, like, all of a sudden, just like that, we're at the top of the tower. Like, how cool is that? Super easy run. I'm just trying to figure out where this would allow us to put the stairs that we want. So if these are where the stairs are, then the windows... There might not be windows in this part. I want there to be. I mean, there could certainly be a window here. And there could certainly be a window there. If we push this back, I guess we can't. Well, if we pushed it back, it would be lower. And then this would have more stairs. I think that would be okay. So if we move this to start here, which would change this. I do this thing where I go down to sleep, and then I forget that I meant to bring up more blocks of a certain type that I completely didn't account for. Like, I don't have any regular stone bricks on me at all. So the reason I'm going through all of this is because I want to know where the windows are going to fit without the staircase being in the way. Whoops. Ah, so that messes up the window on that side, but it means we would have windows on all three sides, right? Like I feel like if this is gonna be out here like this, then whoop, the windows are gonna be at least this high. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. They'd be here. I don't want them to be bigger. All right, well now we're at the blocks. It's so nice when you actually have a top to the tower. You can just zip up with your elytra and land on something nice and large. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So there and there. Right. That doesn't really work. So maybe 2 individuals, which does not really work well here. I mean, it's not terrible. I just find that that's a weird connection there. Whoop. And that is also a strange connection there. I mean, it's not the end of the world. We would probably have no windows here. I mean, technically we could have that one be bigger. I think that looks okay. We might not have much of a choice. Is that a creeper? That's a creeper. Look! Oh, no! Son of a... Ugh! I got stuck. My Satisfactory habit is back, and it's Joel's fault. Nice. We're going to be playing Satisfactory today as well. I'm doing a double header stream. Did I have a spider eye on me? I guess I did. Wow. Elytra. Sword. Bow. Where's my axe? Oh, wow. Stuff went everywhere. Okay. Oh, forgot this. Yeah, I guess it's okay. I just need to take a step back and see what this looks like. Hey, Jay Nicholas, how's it going? So I think we might have to make those farther apart. I don't necessarily think that works for the front. Building inspector did not like what he saw? Nope, did not. It's all right. I mean, I don't mind that kind of stuff. I mean, end game, you know, your bed is 20 feet away. You know, it's not a big deal. I think we might have to think about this a little bit differently. Maybe we don't go with windows at all. I really enjoyed jumping out of windows in builds. I don't know why. I like that better than being close together, but that then means that the ones that are close together are going to interfere with the stairs. Yeah, so we could have a window here again, I guess. I'm not sure that's going to look better or worse. Now this we just can't do, which is too bad. Unless we could leave the side ones close together. Maybe the side doesn't have windows at all. That's a good one too on the diagonal. It's a good point. The problem with that is that, of course, I didn't think about this, and I set the church up going north-south. So I'm trying to keep windows on the east and the west, which are, as you can see, the sun. This is the east side, and that's the west side. So, but yes, you're right. It's very. One of the things we could do is just not have windows at all. You know, or have smaller windows. So in terms of windows down here, we've got all the room in the world for one here. And I think there's going to be a door here. So, yeah, I don't know. Because there's not enough room, I don't think, to do... Well, the wall's not thick enough to do like an arched window. Okay, well, I'm okay with these stairs. I think we kind of have to just deal with them the way that they are. What I'd like to do is figure out what's happening here. We don't have a too thick wall there at the moment. So even if we do a window here, it's going to be very tricky to make it look good. If we brought this in one block this way, then it would mean that this would be lower by 1 block. This would be lower by 1 block. And this wouldn't have such a wide connection. Which could be awkward here. Which won't matter if we remove the windows from in here, because then, you know, I think that might be the best solution. To give myself like a double wide wall here, if we chop this out, go here for this, just remove all of this, just temporarily, go back up, having adjusted it like this. This drops to here. Oh wow, does it really drop that far? No, because this is the 1.5 thing. Right. So again, bring this in here like this. We are messing around with this a little bit. We're doing like some walls are too thick and some walls are not. Just to try and give ourselves a little bit of design on the outside where needed. So I've never done this before, so it's kind of like new territory for me. See if this works out. Well, that's still okay. I think that's fine. Okay. So the reason I did all that is because I want this wall. It'll look funny inside, but at least from the outside, we'll have some depth to it. Now I have to decide what materials I want for this lower half. This also feels very strange. Like really unsupported. We'll have to work on that. I guess this is where like a single pillar would actually come in handy. All the way down. Like if this continued, there was something that went right up here all the way. Thanks for the lurk, Steven. Good to see you as always. Yeah. All right. I like the simplicity of just nothing there. It is a big tower. Might have been biting off more than I can chew. So I don't like these brick things in the corners. At least not in the little pattern that we have them in currently. And I much prefer the simplicity of just a straight corner right there. I don't think we need all the fancy stuff over there. You know, I think the easiest thing to do is going to be to have just stone with like sort of bricks like peppered through it, like something like this. And then just have this kind of a thing. I think that will be the best way to go. We've done this effectively over somewhere. Yeah, like here. And I don't think anywhere else. Maybe on the front wall? Yeah, like that kind of a thing. Probably get away with that. Oh, and on these. This could be... Maybe we should model it closer to this kind of stuff. I feel like these look okay. Also, that's nice too. Yeah, these are coming down. Easy decision. We could potentially still have some of this stuff at the bottom, but let's I guess we could just walk up, can't we? Looks like and is reminding me of very much of the local church just around the corner from you. Well, that's good. Given where you live in the world, I feel like I've done my job. Yeah, I much prefer that. Now, I feel like this is where we could probably come in here and do andesite. I need more andesite. So much running around getting things. But here the goal was to have a too thick wall. And I wanted to have this be andesite to a certain point out here. Oops. Because then we can get into having like maybe like a brick here. Maybe pop a brick here. Something like that. Sandstone color. That's really cool, mini bags. I never thought about doing like a sandstone colored church. So it's a little on the nose. We'd have to make some adjustments, I think. Noah, Lizzieland, and Bill Yoatmeal. Thank you very much for the follows. Appreciate it. Trying to decide if I like stone bricks in the corners. No, I think I prefer the smooth look. So for that, let's just punch a hole here. I think what I want to do here is have window framed in like this. The reason for this is that there is an approach to this building over there. I think it'd be really cool to have a nice looking window. And how big do we want this? Oh wow, that's huge. Okay, so at some point we're gonna have to taper it in. How did I do? I need to go look to see how I did the ones over here. So we used walls. Stairs. We can get away with glass panes, I think. And then it's a block and a stair and then nothing. Okay. Would I do a stained glass pattern in the window? Yeah, that's possible. Totally possible. I don't know if this is too narrow. I guess we can't really go any wider. Unless we move, if we move the base up, we could go wider. But I feel like that would just be really wide. So we had special blocks there. We had stairs here. And then these were walls. I think I need some scaffolding in here. And that was a block. This was a stair this way and a stair that way. And then it was just straight across like that. And then these would be walls. Right? Yeah. That looks cool. Now from the inside it won't be quite as pretty because we don't have a way to overlap it. At least we don't right now. We might be able to figure something out later. But on the inside it would just be like a copy of the square part. So we'd see this inside. And so, yeah, inside would just be square. I'd want to try and do something. We might try to have, I don't know what we could do. We'd have to do something with stairs. Or something like this. Does not look nice. We might just leave it square on the inside, maybe. So it'll look cool from the outside, but inside it'll just be sort of weird looking. Because otherwise we're just going to have holes in the windows. Anna Inferno did a thing! Cool. So Anna the Dev changed her Minecraft name, and I believe she's going to be changing her Twitch name as well. We'll update the links and stuff when that happens. Oh, that's unfortunate. I was hoping to do something cool here. And it wouldn't be the end of the world if the top was shaped like if we had just a straight up shape like this. It wouldn't be awful, but I was hoping for something else. I guess the challenge that we're facing is that we're basically building on a very odd scale. Alright, well, let's get rid of the stuff we know we don't like. Like these corners. I want to get this to a point where the only thing left to do is just texture it, really. That's actually okay right there. For that, these can go. And I guess we'll just go with like a few andesite and then a few stone. Get rid of these. Arzoon, thanks very much for the follow. Appreciate it. And Cosmic, thank you for updating the link to Anna Inferno. Nice. You and Alistair would make a good pair of Minecraft players. With his affinity for lava and all things burninating. I guess I should, while we're waiting for night to fall, I guess I should be looking at this. Thanks, Hunter. I think I'm going to play for a little bit more into Minecraft, and then I'm going to switch and take a decent break in between Minecraft and Satisfactory. I'm not feeling this build right now, so I'd like to just kind of smooth it out and make it look not like half done, but I don't think I really want to beat my head against this for the rest of the afternoon. I mean, we'll get rid of the cobble and stuff, but I guess I have to remember that I wanted to try and keep this stuff simple. Do I have enough stuff? I need to get rid of some of this junk. Don't need that. Alright, let's just use this. Inventory is an absolute mess. Birding cats, hello. Your kids are out. Yay, a break. Nice. Good to see you as always. All right, let's just fill this in. I haven't decided what I want to make these walls out of yet, so we're just going to fill them in with stone. So technically this would probably be a door. Probably have a lot more things out here that are... Wow, those are all in a straight line. Whoops, okay. To fix that. Try something here. We were thinking about doing cobble over here, and I'm wondering if we could still do that. Just much lower. Don't know whether this looks good, looks bad. Not terrible. Obviously we have to remove this stuff. It's not awful. Still don't know which side I prefer. I don't know if I like all the andesite. I think we might have to switch that to stone. Unfortunately. Let's leave this corner as the one corner that has the bricks all the way up. Sure, that sounds good, Cosmic. Appreciate that. Guess we would do that. And someone is doing laundry in my building, and like it smells like it's happening right next door. My the laundry room vent is below my window, and so someone's got like a dryer sheet or something going. I mean it's great. It's obviously a very pleasant smell, but it's very strong. It must be just the wind must be just coming the right way. All right, let's get up here. Hopefully we have enough blocks. I don't think we do. Oh my gosh, we did. Let's have a little jaunt back here. So one of the things that is planned for this area is a bridge that goes across right here. You can see I've kind of started the foundations. And this is going to be the road. And granted, there will probably be a wall in front of that. So how that looks is really not going to matter much As the curtain wall, as you can see here, is probably going to go straight across there, which means you're not going to see that at all. So it's mostly what it's going to look like from the inside, which means we might want to switch how we have those stairs and stuff and have the stairs be the inside. Because then the outside will not matter as much. And we do have a pretty blocky section on the front part of this, which is right there. So if the inside window has that kind of a top to it, I'm not too worried about it because I don't mind that. I think that looks okay. I like the fact that it's not tall enough to come over this house. Like you can't see the church until you get into the square. I feel like it's a nice layered reveal. Peachy Peyton likes the smell of laundry. Nice. It's a nice fresh spring smell, isn't it? Especially if people are holding stuff out on, like not holding, are hanging stuff out on the line, like, you know, to dry in the air. It is off center, and it is off center on purpose. And I think I like it like that. Yeah, I think it gives a neat look. Obviously, I've got some blocks that need to go. Oh, that makes sense, herding cats. Yeah. No, that's cool. That's what I was thinking of. Like we've got so much around here. The way that the lore age, I'm not sure what you want to call it, but this section here that's not built yet will be the oldest part. It's going to look more like a village. It's also outside the walls. This would have been the oldest gate, so it looks the oldest with the andesite and the cobble. And then the other gate over here is newer and fancier, so it has a lot more design and some cooler elements going on with it. And then the newest one, or is the front one here, and this is meant to be the main gate of everything, and has like a lot more going for it. So, oh wow, you can see it from here. That's awesome. I never thought about that. It gives another thing to look at. Like, this was not planned. The fact that these two bridge towers frame that was a complete accident. I wish I could say that I did that on purpose, but I totally did. Very cool. Thanks, Cosmic. Appreciate that. You can see it from here. Get a really good look at the roof. I'm gonna up over the bridge here. Depends on what we put here, obviously, but Joel Ross, nice. So I like the shape. I don't know what to do about the textures. And I think the next thing to do is probably to build up the curtain wall, because I don't want to start fussing around windows and then realizing I can't see them and they don't let any light in because there's a giant wall in the way. And so I think this is probably a decent time to wrap up on this, I think. I'm gonna do this. This is gonna drive people nuts. I don't care. I just need the shape to be done in my brain. It's very dark. We have to layer in some torches here so we don't have more creeper visits. Lots of opportunities to put up torches and cool stuff, though. So again, the illusion of having a double thick wall, making really thick entrances, but not all the walls are that thick, so it helps in that regard, I think. See, like that is really cool. We have to try to have a window here somehow. It's just unfortunate that the wall around the town is going to be right here. It makes me want to build a church in another place that has, you know, better viewing angle. This is coming down, by the way, this wall here. That's not going to stay. Yeah, it's a nice view. It's just too bad that we're going to have to put the curtain wall in front of it. Like, if we go through here and we get up on the curtain wall here. Oh, maybe not. Right? Like, the wall is going to be over here. Arrow. Where did you go? Need a torch. Hold on. No. Oh. Darn it. So you can see this is the wall here with another tower over there. Now we're going to move that, but yeah, not great. The Destroy. If that Destroy. Thanks very much. Yeah, it's just a steady plug on the weekends, you know, like I stream 2 to 3 times a week. Playing this every time. Making zombie farms and churches. Oh my gosh, how many zombies are in there? They're probably spawning on the rafters. Looks cool, just looks like it needs a lot of work. Okay, so I think for doubleheader Sunday, it is going to be about that time to switch it up. So if you've enjoyed this, be sure to leave a follow. However, don't go anywhere. We are going to be switching over to play Satisfactory. And if you're a Minecraft player, I think you'll like Satisfactory. It's very similar to Redstone. Obviously, it's got modern graphics, but it's a lot of fun. It's a really, really cool game. I'm going to give myself a decent extended break in between the streams. So that way I can refresh coffee. I can get a better, glass of water, all that kind of stuff. I will have to end the stream so that it's a separate VOD, but the stream will go back up in just a couple minutes. So don't go anywhere. Chat amongst yourselves. Have a really good time. And we'll be doing some Satisfactory. As you can see, Cosmic is pretty excited in the chat. It is a very cool, very fun game. And we've got some cool stuff to do in Satisfactory coming up. Because we've got the opportunity to build the space elevator. Which if it sounds cool, then believe me, it is just as cool as it sounds. So that said, you can also check out patreon.com/JoelDuggan to help support me and do more streams, especially during the week. If you prefer weekday streams and stuff like that, it's also a great way to help me stream it on weekends, of course. You can listen to the Spawn Chunks tomorrow, which is a free podcast to do all about Minecraft. That is with my friend Pixel Riffs. And we'll be talking about the new changes to copper, auto waxing copper, and all of those cool features that came out in the snapshot this week. Also, we've got some great emails to discuss this week as well, so that's going to be fun. You can also listen to my other podcast, the Citadel Cafe. It's free, citadelcafe.com, super easy to find. But that's going to be it for today on Minecraft. We are switching again to Satisfactory, so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a good old time. And I'll see you folks in about 5 or 10 minutes.